Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Hi, my name is Robert Frischling, and like Lou Gehrig, my grandfather, Pop, had ALS, otherwise known as amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Today, people know it as Lou Gehrig's disease. This disease affects all the muscles in your body and renders them useless. Eventually, on January 21st, 2012, it took his life. No one in our family ever had to deal with a disease like this. The doctors told Grandma and Pop that there was a wonderful organization that would help Pop through this disease, the ALS Association, ALSA. In October 2011, my family decided to participate in a walk in Virginia to raise money for ALS research. We did amazing. We raised $20,000 and had over 50 people walk with us. After Pop died, I started thinking about my mitzvah project that I would have to do before I became a bar mitzvah. I thought I can carry on Pop's dream for finding a cure for ALS. In my Torah portion, Moses leads the Israelites to the Promised Land. Even though he knows he will not make it to the Promised Land, he leads the Israelites on anyway. Pop, much like Moses, knew he would die before a cure was found for ALS, but he kept on fighting for a cure. A few months before Pop died, he wrote a short but important note on his little dry erase board to his doctor. He wrote stem cells, ? Now the JT Walk organizers have named a grant after Pop, the Forrest Scott Grant for Stem Cell Research. I was motivated to keep Pop's dream alive and pick up where he left off. I was going to help the ALS Association. The first thing I did was speak to Doreen Gordon. She is the executive director of the ALS Association of Greater New York. On May 5th, I volunteered at the ALS Walk in New York City, and that was the beginning of my journey to help raise money for ALS. There are many people at the walk who had ALS. There are even more families who are walking for their loved ones, like Pop.
I hear from my grandfather, and he was very important in my life. And I want to keep his memory alive, and I think if he was here today, he'd be very proud of me. And I do this for him and to try to find cures so nobody else will have to have that same pain. Who in your family was diagnosed with ALS?
My dad was diagnosed with ALS about 12 years ago. He passed away 6 years ago. But my family and I still do the walk every year in his memory.
Do you think people might find a cure one day?
I hope so. I hope that's why we're all walking. So one day there will be a cure and no other families will be affected by the disease.
And they don't know how expensive it is to take care of somebody who has ALS and to make them as comfortable as possible.
How hard was it on your family for him?
There's no words. He passed away in October.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. So why do you walk?
Because not a lot of people know about ALS. They certainly don't know enough medically about it. So I just want to raise awareness and raise money so they can hopefully find a cure. Well, they don't know how anybody gets it. That's one of the biggest problems.
Thank you.
After working at the information booth, me and my mom walked up to Chelsea Piers where we handed out water to walkers.
Do you do anything else besides this outside of the walk?
I try and raise money for it with some friends.
I'm doing a dress down day and an assembly in my school and something for my mitzvah. One of my bar mitzvahs comes up, I'm going to try to raise money for that too. For ALS.
When the last of the walkers went by our area, we walked down to the finish line near the Intrepid Museum. It was a great day. I wanted to do more, so I asked my school if I could do a dress down day for ALS. My idea was that if a kid brought in at least a jar, they could wear casual clothes instead of their usual uniform. The head of school, Gabriella Rowe, was happy to let me sponsor this day for ALS.
Come have a seat.
I would like to do a dress down day for a mitzvah project that I'm doing. It's based on ALS for my grandfather, and he died of ALS.
What would you like the dress down day to be about?
Well, just to be about helping people and getting awareness of it and raising money for it.
How about the beginning of next week at the end of school?
Sure.
That would probably be really fun for all the kids to the last week of school to have a dress down day. Great idea, Robert.
Thank you.
You thought of a really nice thing to do, and I think your grandfather would be very proud of you.
Thank you.
There are only a little over 200 kids in my school, so I was hoping to raise a few $100s. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm taking your money.
Thank you. I was thrilled when my mom and I counted up the money and we ended up with $836.
I think my grandfather would be very proud of me right now. Congratulations, Robert. You did a great job. Thanks, Mom.
Later in the summer, I went down to the ALS offices and presented Miss Gordon and the staff of the ALS Association the money that I had raised.
This is a little thank you from us.
Thank you.
Oh, Lou Gehrig paid.
Thank you so much.
I stayed for a while to help them get ready for the next walk in Long Island. I even formed my own team, Fires for Forest, in memory of my grandfather. I hope to raise even more money to continue my grandfather's journey for finding a cure for ALS.
I'm really proud of you for coming up with this idea and following through with it. It's meant a lot to them here, and I think Pop is probably looking down and pretty proud right now.
Thank you. I feel like through this experience, I have learned not only to make a difference in my life, but also in the lives of others around me.